Okay. And I'm making sure that we get things properly filmed because we have several very special guests in the house this evening. I'm going to turn the mics on. We have over in the corner on the white microphone the legendary Harry from Jump Off TV, the internet sensation.
What's going on?
What's going on with you, sir? So tell people about Jump Off TV and your latest enterprise, the World Rap Championships.
I'm from London, England, UK. Jump Off TV is something me and my brother started 4 years ago. It started off as a hip-hop battle night featuring producer battles, rap battles, booty shaking competitions, dance battles, 2-on-2 street ball, all happening in the same arena. For the last 2 years, we've been out in the United States, in New York. And I guess the main thing we're known for right now is hip hop battles, but we are looking to expand. But our biggest format, the most kind of successful, most popular, is something called the World Rap Championships, which is a 2-on-2 rap battle league spread across 8 different cities. It's very different to your kind of conventional one-on-one stuff. The 2-on-2 makes it a lot more interesting, a lot more entertaining, especially for the spectator, and it, I think, solidifies kind of rap battling as a sport. So we're currently just about to go into the playoffs for this season's World Rap Championships. Also want to throw in there that the first prize is $50,000. We definitely feel that, in today's kind of music climate, a lot of people can make music. Anyone can rap, anyone can put a mixtape together, and, call themselves a rapper. But there's very few people who can kind of tear up another MC. And then there's very few, tag team MCs who can kind of do it together as a team and, put on a solid performance. And we really feel, with the right sponsors and stuff, the prize money could go up, into the millions. The same business model as poker, really. Where you can take a passion point or a hobby, come up with a format, and as long as it's entertaining and engaging to the viewer, then there's lots of money to be made, primarily for the talent.
And it definitely seems like it struck a chord with people as far as people really getting engaged with people who are taking the craft seriously and just bringing the lyricism to the table.
Definitely. From the rappers, and we've got divisions in Australia, London, Toronto, Atlanta, Houston, Detroit, New York, LA. Definitely some cats have stepped up, some really, impressive rappers. And then the other thing that's really kind of shocked us is the fans, in terms of the fan base online. We have a forum. Fans create their own kind of video montages. They create their own kind of picture, photograph, freeze frames from the battles, bringing the actual punchlines to life. We have stats on all the rappers as well. We have a fantasy league where at the beginning of the season you can pick your favorite 8 MCs, and then the winner wins $1,000. So in terms of, we want the whole experience of, following this thing, not just to be watching a rap battle. This is, you're watching a sport. You're watching, rappers grow. We have an MVP as well. It's an MVR, most valuable rapper. So we're trying to expand,
Yeah, and it really seems to have touched a nerve with people out there. I didn't realize just how big it was until I went down to this year's New York qualifiers, and I went down because the host for the New York battles, Mozzie, is an old friend of ours here. He used to come down and rhyme back in the mid-'90s. So, I went down to watch him do his thing, and once I got there, random people were coming up yo, that's Mozzie from Jump Off. They were going to ask for his autograph, and he said that happens to him all the time when he's just walking around New York. So it's really good to see, like you said, it's something that can bring in money and have financial success and commercial success, but it does so while putting the emphasis on actually taking the art seriously and bringing craft into it, which is cool to see. Especially because the model for making money off art, as far as the industry's business model, is kind of dying off. It's cool to see people finding ways to use the new media technology to make something that's successful and worthwhile.
Yeah, it's pretty much TV on demand. We couldn't do this, maybe 10 years ago because there wasn't that much broadband penetration. We'd have to rely on a network.
Right.
But now we can bypass the networks. It's pretty much video on demand. Every day we put up 4 battles at a predetermined time. People tune in at those times. There's a schedule. They know what battles are going to go on what day. And the other thing is, if you were to do something like this globally, you couldn't really do it. It'd be complicated because you'd have to deal with 4 separate networks in 4 different countries. So, we broadcast into Australia, Canada, the US, and the UK, and it's all over the internet. Yeah, so. And there's no, if we, and another thing would be if we did go through networks, we'd probably have to, bring on some kind of censorship. And personally, for a freestyle rap battle, you can't really ask, a rapper to censor what they're saying because it adds one more kind of process to the long process of freestyling. Yeah,
So we have the winners of the New York division. There's 8 different divisions in this year's championship. And we have the young men who won the New York division and are getting ready to represent against the winners from the 7 other cities. I'll let them introduce themselves.
They're doing Frankie, Wapps, Yonkers, New York.
Jaze Juce, what's poppin', everyone?
All right, definitely good to have you guys here. Seems like you were some of the fresh blood for this year that kind of took everyone by surprise, took the league by storm. Can you tell people how you got started battling and how you found out about the jump-off thing?
Well, Juice had called me about, I think it was June or July, probably like May, June, to told me about a battle he had seen from Jump Off, just a 2-on-2 format, and that got us pretty excited. We just from there we saw that we had been rapping for a while. I hadn't been battling for a long time, probably like a year and a half, maybe nothing too serious, a couple of tournaments here and there. But regardless, we went downstairs, we saw the battles, saw that they were going to have the qualifiers, and saw that, there was no fee to pay, there was nothing to go. We just showed up and just realized that we're just going to do what we do, what we've always done and what we're always going to do.
Word. It's pretty much just like that. I mean, I've always been a fan of battle rapping as long as I can remember, as long as I was into rap. I remember, you know what I mean, like back in the day, just hearing Tupac, Get It, Biggie, or, like the LL, Cannabis, Beef, you know what I mean? Just lots of different beeps, whatever, West Side Connection with Be Real. My fault about cursing. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been a fan, like, Blaze Battle also. I remember, like, when that showed on HBO, I really got into that, So I've always been a fan. I didn't really follow the battle scene, like, very closely for a while. But I remember once in a while, like, I think it was sometime in maybe 2006, early 2006, I just went on YouTube, tried to check out, see, like, if there's any new battles. And these battles were up, these tag team battles, and I really right away saw the format, and as, you know what I mean, as an artist or as MC or whatever, it just like right away, it was like, I was intrigued by it. I was like, oh, this is awesome. I think my friend Frankie would love to see something like this, I thought of like right away, a rapper whom I know personally, whatever, I figured, I think we could make a go at it.
So y'all have both been battling individually, but this was the first time you did it in a tag team fashion.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, what do you think having a 2-on-2 battle adds to the whole sport of battling that wasn't there before?
It's great. It's great, man. It gives me time to like come up with the scheme while I'm looking at the kid, and then having John on the other side rhyming, he's got his scheme going on, so I can work on his, build on that, and knowing him, he'll want to dropping a really hard punchline, and then I'll come back on that other thought I had and bing, drop that, because I know that me and him have the same kind of sense of humor. So if I start on one way, I know he's going to pick it right up and just keep going with it. And if I hear that, I'm not going to let him stop, like it's I got to keep going with it, like we're in this together, so that's what it is, man.
Plus, you've got like twice the target as well.
Yeah, exactly. You got two opponents.
Twice the target. You've got the chemistry between them as a target as well. And then there's the chemistry between the you guys as well. So.
So what would be your advice to kids if they wanted to get started, if they wanted to train for Jump Off next year? What are the most important things to do as far as building up your skills and having the right strategy?
Oh, there's tons and tons of things that you can do. First of all, like, you want to really craft your freestyle game, Maybe have a friend of yours who's into rap come and just like throw concepts at you and just like freestyle to a beat or freestyle a cappella.
Flow
like
with
really,
someone who's used to flowing, keep going along with their flow. And on top of that, get your written game going. If you write a lot of 16s and you write a lot of music, it's a little easier to come up with freestyles because you've gone through that already. You've already been through that stage of writing. Now you can just go off with the freeze with that based on your knowledge of how much you got in front of you,
Word. Local, you know what I mean? Go to local clubs or whatever. Go to bars wherever they have beats and crowds, Just get used to performing in front of people, because Jump Off, it's that on like a smaller level, you know what I mean? There's not normally as many people or whatever, but like, unless it's like the qualifiers or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Just like there's still that interpersonal dynamic between people where you got to be able to work the crowd, even if it's just judges or whatever.
So what do you think is the proper? There's a lot of different opinions out there, especially online, about the proper place of premeditated rhymes versus freestyles. What do you think the rules should be for an MC in a battle?
Honestly, go with both, bro. Go with both. You're going into 10 battles. This is $40,000. You know, this is not like we're doing this for the love of hip hop. I mean, we would still be doing it regardless. But you weigh $40,000 in front of me, I'm going to write a little something about you. You know, and on top of that, I'm going to extort it. So, if that happens, good luck to you.
No, I mean, I really feel it depends on the individual. Some people are just skilled enough on that, like, you know, on the improv tip, on the freestyle tip, where they don't really have to prepare much, you know. They can just sort of come in and do whatever needs to be done on the spot to win those judges over, to get those points or whatever.
Yeah, go with both. Go, you know, if you're that good of a freestyle and you have that much confidence in yourself, you can go into the battle and not sound horrible. You know, when you got someone who's going to be throwing a mixture of it at you. So you go in the likes of some people, you know, like Tahoe, Killing Them, Ham. You gotta get a little something ready for yourself.
Yeah, I've always felt like each person should just work with whatever their skill set is. Like, I think a lot of what they call backpackers have it in mind that everyone should always be off the top in any circumstance where they're not making a record. And to me, you're just hampering the art form. Like, it's like if someone said that everybody in the NBA should only shoot 3-pointers every time they touch the ball. Like,
you're gonna miss a lot.
The game would suck if you do that.
It would.
I want Garnett to be down in the paint doing what he knows how to do.
You know, get the old school Ewing out, the 1-2 step.
And yeah, that's always the rule I've had for freestyles here. Like, we saw that a lot, like, and my man Bobita used to complain about this too. In the 90s, there was this idea that whenever you came on a radio show, you had to spit off the top. So you'd have a cat like J-Roo, who's nice with writtens, try to do an off-the-top rhyme, which he couldn't really do. And to me, like, traditions of hip-hop are about making the best art you can create. So any rule that holds you back from doing what you can do best, like, that's a tradition that needs to get thrown out the window.
Right.
But that's the end of my speech. But yeah, I've definitely enjoyed seeing what you guys do. Looking forward to see what happens in the finals. Do you guys have any particular strategies for taking on all these people from different cities?
Oh man, just watching some of their videos, studying their moves, see what they got, see what they can bring to the table, who's got what, and they just got to realize that, you know, we're coming. It's plain and simple.
You feel like you might be underestimated being newcomers where a lot of these guys are known?
I really hope so.
Yeah, that'd be
I
a
really
good
hope
thing.
so, because then that's going to be the same person who lost, like what happened last time. Sorry to say.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing. But I see that you guys also do what rappers do in the studio as well. You have a track that you just gave me. Can you tell us what this track is about? They laugh mysteriously.
No.
Do I want to know what this is about?
Of course you do. Of course you do. It's a Wapps and Juice track, brother. It's just what we do, brother.
Okay.
It's like an exercise. You know what I mean? It's a way that we practice for battles. Pretty much.
We basically threw it on a track so you could just know the method of our madness.
All right.
Hopefully.
So we're gonna go into that right now. Then hopefully we can get some live representation from you guys. All right. This this going to be a world premiere?
Yeah, hopefully. Let's do it, bro.
From Frankie, Wapps, and Jaze Juce. What's the name of the track?
Speechless.
Speechless from Wapps and Juice on the Underground Railroad, 99.5 FM.